So, I kind of just want to talk about this for a little bit because I don't know. I feel like, I am very much so by myself, and I feel like I'm by myself for a choice. But I also feel like people have preconceived notions about me when coming around me. I'm going to be honest. Lately, I've been feeling like it's been a good time for me to, like, kind of be by myself because I've been very irritated. Like, I don't know. Like, I think shit just had been triggering me. Like, it'll be small things like people just saying hey to me or just like, and I'm like, okay, like that's not normal. Like, why are simple things triggering you that much? So, I've been taking a break away because I feel like I have been snapping on people. If I have snapped on you within the last past month or two, my apologies. Because I'm going to be honest, I probably don't even remember who the fuck I snapped on. Not saying I had a blackout, but it's like life just been kind of moving. I'm in school, I'm trying to get like shit together in my own space. So I'm just like, not space like that, but just mental space. And also, too, I've been doing like, I've been doing like more journaling in regards to just like how I've been acting or reacting to things. It's like I do feel a lot more grounded within my space, but I do sometimes feel like my root chakra be under attack because a lot of times people think like your anger comes from your throat chakra, but really that shit come from your root. Like when you are grounded, you have a chance to look at things from a little bit more of a calm state versus when you angry. And I said, I feel like when you be going through shit and when your mind don't allow you to relax and just breathe, it's like you add on other energy behind that. So this like sometimes people be like, man, you always angry. It's because they have never given themselves a chance to decompress from what first made them angry. Like, I feel like people will think like, oh, this. I be like, certain things are just not really like related or correlated. But in regards to my energetic space, it's like sometimes you look at people, you like, what is it about you? Like, imagine someone gets upset and be like, I don't want your advice, but you be like, just hear me out. What is it about you that you feel like? Why is it that your choice of release sometimes includes either physical exertion or like physical aggression or you know aggression in your voice? There's a particular person, I'm not gonna say your name because whatever, but you have anger issues, like for real. And I feel like you're getting it more so under control, but there are things and entities and beings out in this world that knows your pressure points and they push that shit all the time. You are always and constantly evolving and growing. Like, y'all be having to let some of that shit go. People gonna always low key fuck with you, but you gotta make people feel like a non motherfucking factor. And for the most part, I think people do pretty good doing it. But it's like you start to realize it's like these are the things that actually probably get you the most upset. It may not be outside things, it's the people closest to you. I said those are the relationships that you have to make sure that you keep under wraps and keep them good because that may actually be where some of the stress or the anger issues result from. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like I have been showcased. I have anger issues, but all of my life, I have managed to keep it under wraps. Like, I've always, like, even as a little girl, I always would just breathe or go read. Like, I found something to take my mind off of things. But as I've become to be an adult, I feel like people try me even more. It's like especially like when I feel like I was with my ex, I feel like it was this very experimental ass energy. Be like, damn, nobody's always in a good mood. Like, what make you tick? And I was like, you want to know what makes me tick? The fact that you're trying to make me tick. Like, that's it. It's like, I feel like I've learned how to just accept life for where it be and not really try to take it out on like the things around me. But these past few years, I have really like strongly gotten outside of my comfort zone and things that I have been willing. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I have almost felt like your girl almost lost her goddamn mind. But I know I'm not crazy though. Like, it's just being under severe amounts of stress, dealing with the loss of a parent, as well as going through fallout with family because of money and greed and people just not understanding. Like, and then it's so crazy that one of my family members that I was really upset with about how he reacted to my father passing, he ended up passing away. I was like, you know what, it's just been a lot going on. And I feel like people test that energy when people know that there's things going on in your life. It's like people want to spaz out because people be wanting you to spaz out for their own other reasons. You know, people always be like, oh, you'll take up for the villain, you'll take up for whatever, you'll take up for people. But it's like everybody is human. And it's just like, we get angry at people and people do some fucked up ass shit out here. But I don't know. Like, y'all be forgiving y'all cheating ass baby dads. So folks can forgive whoever the fuck they want to. I think, is that not what the heart says it's supposed to do? Like, I feel like even though people make bad decisions, I don't feel like people just wake up in the morning and be like, yeah, I'm just gonna be like this. It's like usually life circumstances put you in a space. Like, I'm gonna give an example. And this is just an experiment within itself, like just something I could use, like from the environment in which my ex was in when we started dating versus how it is. I was like, I literally watched this person go from being like a superly overly stimulated, always moving, to sitting the fuck down and actually, like, you can tell when a person actually feels a little bit more comfortable or safe. Like, you're not always on edge and you're not always snapping with everybody. But when you're not when you're not in an environment that makes you happy or that makes you comfortable, you realize that shit. And I realized how he kind of went back to doing a lot of dumbass shit after we stopped talking. I was like, yeah, it's like, it's almost like put you in like this magical ass bubble of trying to do different or look different. Then once I was like, you just doing too much, shit starts to change. Don't change yourself to be with people, but you should just change yourself for the better. Like, think about your own future and the thing, like, especially when y'all do have children. You be like, you have to make better choices. Your children need you here. Like, I'm in my 30s and I have lost one of my parents. So it's just like, you need to start. And honestly and truly, I be mad at my dad because he ended up doing that shit to himself. Like, imagine a doctor tell you could save yourself if you just stop fucking drinking. And he just was like, nope. Just stubborn. It's like some of y'all be doing shit and I be like, y'all have kids. Like, at least I be like, bro, I be out here living life. I ain't got no kids. Got no husband. I don't really have a whole lot of responsibilities like that. And I be chilling. That's why sometimes I just be falling back. I say, you know what? Yeah, I might get a little lonely sometimes and it might get a little boring, but I really ain't got no drama around me. But I be seeing what type of drama y'all be having in y'all's energy, and I be like, y'all need to learn how to calm down. And also, you can control a lot of these situations if you make better choices. Like, it's like, I don't understand. People be moving in certain directions and things like that. But I be like, a lot of these things that you're doing, these are the choices that you made. And sometimes even me, I have to be like, you can't get mad at nobody but yourself. When I finally started to accept certain things for what it was, like, life just started to go forward. Like, I have definitely been through a fucking lot. And I have honestly had my fair share of being upset at a lot of people. And I feel like me giving a lot of emotion to that energy was not getting me nowhere. I was like, channel that somewhere else. So I did. A lot of y'all are really good at also channeling your energy into other things. But you need to learn how to be better people. Like, how you treat people also racks up karma. And some of y'all, I don't think y'all really think that that shit exists until you run into certain people that are really like when it's like with me, I don't say I fuck with people just to say I fuck with people. Like, I fuck with people. Like, I am a single person. I am not in a relationship. I feel like I have the right to mingle and talk to whoever the fuck I want to, because I'm like, I am not like, talking to people is not opening your legs and being like, come on, just getting to know people. Like, I'm like, damn, we live in a society where talking to a person means that you're automatically fucking them. I'm like, no. Sometimes you don't even want to. You be like, bro, you be like, I'm such a energy freak. Like, you know how people be a clean freak? I'm such a energy freak to the point where I'm like, if I even feel the slightest bit of twinge from people energy, sometimes I be like, yeah, I'm gonna just chill. I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna chill. Like, once you done been through a whole lot of shit, man, you just be like, look. I'm so good on the drama, bro. I'm so good on the bullshit. And to be honest, you be like, I be looking at my folks and I be like, it be certain shit that I've been said that I be like, damn, shit be real. I gotta, like, my mama be like, man, you need to be careful with the stuff you be saying. I feel like my mama knows how very strong my tongue is. And she be like, don't be saying that. And I be like, I just say what I feel, bro. Like, after you didn't experience so much shit, you be like, look, I don't really hold back nothing. You be like, I'm private. Like, it's like, I could tell you a small portion of my life and you still really wouldn't really know my life. That's how many layers I feel like my life is. Like, people only know really like what you tell them. I was like, I don't really showcase a whole lot. I said, lately, I ain't really been on social media. I be on here, but as far as like the main social medias like Facebook and Instagram and shit like that, TikTok, I really do not like social media, if I'm being honest. I do it because we just in that age of life. I feel like I'm an old lady in a young lady body. But you want to know too, like, certain people will call you, like, I hate that we live in a society where if you're not doing nothing, you're automatically considered lazy, because it's like we are programmed to like work ourselves to death. But imagine like you really are in a space where you could take your time. Like, that's why I say financial freedom is really being able to take your time to keep generating more income. Like, we'll let people get in our head, oh, you're not doing nothing. Or like, if you especially if you are a creative or an artist or certain shit, it's like you could create all day and people be like, you're not doing nothing. Because it's not generating income. And sometimes it really will like dampen your spirit. But I don't be letting that shit get to me. Like, I don't know. I feel like what really motivates me and keep me going, especially when it comes to like my craft, because a lot of what I do creatively, it gets blocked. But I notice that the more that I keep doing it, the better that I get. And it's like by the time someone is able to see what I have created, I be like, my shit have been got so much better. Like my music gets better. Like I be looking at the music that I created almost damn near 10 years ago, and I be like, it definitely has gotten a lot better. It's like I may not have reached levels of success that I have wanted to reach as of yet, but looking at how far I have really come in certain spaces, I'm like, I have really put a lot of time, energy, and effort into a lot of different things. And it's like, I'm not just good at one thing, I'm good at a lot of different things. And I feel like, I'm proud of myself for that. Sometimes people feel like you congratulating yourself is offensive to them, but it's just like knowing what you have went through to get to where you are, even at the level of wherever you are, it's like, bro, it's like, I don't give a fuck what the fuck you saying. It's just like, it's like people will paint a picture of how they want you to look. Like when people want to try to like taint an image of you, I be laughing because I say, anything like that statement, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. If you start a rumor or try to paint a picture of someone that is not true, it's like the truth will catch up to you. Remember that. Like some of the things that you try to throw at people, it'd be like, why would you try to throw things at people that are actually in your closet? Like, don't do that.